So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Today we are looking at like an airy tone today. Sometimes when you sing, you might hear that your voice doesn't come out very strong. It kind of comes out airy, like as if, or especially when a lot of people go up higher, they'll sing like as if, so it comes out kind of airy. So we're going to look at some ways to help the voice be nice and strong, nice and clear. That way when you hit some notes, it sounds nice and clear on top of the note, and it sounds very crisp. It doesn't sound too airy. Now, of course, you can purposely sing airy for certain songs or certain styles, of course, but our goal is to have control of our voice. We don't want to sound airy when we're singing in our head voice if that's not our intention, if we don't want to sound airy. If we want to sound nice and strong and clear and have really good notes, then we want to know how to control that. If you want to sound airy like Billie Eilish, you can do that as well. You just want to make sure that it's your choice. You either want to do airy or you want to be clear and strong. You don't want to always be airy just because you don't know how to control it, and vice versa. So today we're going to go over keeping the vocal cords together. A lot of times people are airy because their vocal cords aren't staying together while they're singing. So I'm going to teach you how to do that. And then also, one of the main things I always see is that people drop the rib cage, which means too much air is escaping. So it literally is becoming airy because of air. So we're going to look at how to control our breath today and how to control keeping our vocal cords closed so that we get a really nice, clean sound. Does anybody have any questions just right off the bat about any of that? No? Awesome. Very good. Also, I don't know if you guys have the upgraded Zoom, but I did notice that there are more options on here. There's the clapping, there's a thumbs up, there's the heart, there's a laughing, crying sound, there's a oh sound, and the little celebratory emoji. So there's more emojis. Feel free to use them throughout the class to let me know, either if you think I'm hilarious, or if you have a question, you can put the raise hand.
I did that. I just showed all the emojis.
Perfect. Yes. Or if you just really like something, you can put a little heart just to let me know that you like what I'm doing.
I'll show it again, okay?
Very good. Yeah, so I see Abigail Reach put up the little hand. Ian, he's doing all the emojis on his his screen. Very good. So feel free to use any of those throughout the class, especially if you need a hand. Abigail, did you raise your hand for a specific question or were you just practicing using it? Was it a practicing, Abigail? Yeah, okay, very good. Okay, cool. So just wanted to give you guys the options. All right. Also, sometimes some of you guys will raise your hand and I just don't see it. I actually can't see all of you guys on the screen. So a lot of times you'll see me reaching up on the screen to like go over. That's to see all of you because there's 5 of you and it only shows 4 of us on one thing, including me. So anyway, so not always will I see your hand raised. So feel free to just unmute your microphone when I'm not talking, when I ask for questions and ask your question. Okay, so like I said, we're going to look at not sounding as airy when we sing and getting stronger while we sing, having a stronger voice. So we're going to start with our breathing. So I want everybody to stand up. We're all going to stand. All right. So if you can, try to line it up to where I can see your stomach, where you can see like my body. In the stomach, you can see this whole area. This is your breathing space. This is where you're going to feel the breathing is all around here. So it is helpful if it is on screen. I'm going to move my chair out of the way. Okay. So we are going to give lots of attention to the breathing because the breathing itself, if you can breathe correctly, that means you're going to have a nice strong foundation. So everything is going to flow out of the throat much easier. It won't be painful when you sing. You'll get a stronger sound. You get a clearer sound. You can get vibrato. You can get better agility. Pretty much all the fancy stuff stems from being able to control the breath. So what that means is we talked a long time ago what the diaphragm is. Does anybody remember? Just raise their hand. Who knows what the diaphragm is? Just to give us a quick review. Alexa, I saw your hand go up. Go ahead and explain to people what the diaphragm is.
Isn't it like over here and stuff? Like that? You can't say that.
Yeah, so it's here. What does it do? What is it?
Help you breathe.
Helps you breathe. More specific, do you know what it does? Like how it moves? If not, that's fine. Okay, so you pretty much know it's right here, right? Okay, that's where most people are. So I did do a whole lesson on like vocal anatomy, which is like learning all the insides of your body. But just a quick review. Your diaphragm is right here. It's a muscle in your body that pretty much cuts you in half. So it's like from here, right there. Okay, diaphragm. It separates your breathing stuff from your eating stuff. That's how you don't put your food into your lungs. There's a part below there, and the diaphragm splits that in half. When you breathe in, the air goes into the lungs right here. However, the lungs can't pull in the air, so the diaphragm, the muscle right here, pulls down and sucks open the air in your lungs. Okay, so when this pulls down, air goes in our lungs. As I'm talking right now, my diaphragm is slowly lowering and releasing air out of my lungs, and if I go, that means my diaphragm is all the way up here. I need to breathe back in, but the diaphragm will be all the way up here, and I have no breath. And then, of course, if I want to have breath again, I pull the diaphragm down, and that's how I have air. This is just how you normally breathe. This is not specific breathing for singing or anything. This is just how you breathe. This is how all of you are alive right now. You guys have already mastered this. You can already breathe. Good job. Okay, so if you're alive, you can use the diaphragm. Okay. Also, Ian, I thank you so much. He's like putting like all this like emojis and stuff, and so it makes me feel better about myself. We are going to just work on just paying attention to the diaphragm, really. So just making sure that we can feel when it pulls down. You can't feel the actual diaphragm. It pulls down, but you can feel the air expanding all around the rib cage, okay? So that's what we're gonna feel. And then the goal for singing is actually, once you feel the rib cage go out, which means the diaphragm is pulled down, this is out. Our goal for singing is to keep the rib cage out, so that way we have air still in our body and it goes down slowly. That way we have tons of air to use, okay? That way you don't just release it all and sound really airy. So with that, I'm gonna stop talking. Go and put your hand on your stomach. Actually, a little higher there, so my stomach's down here. I know I'm wearing like a big thing, it's hard to tell, but right here, a little higher than your stomach. And I just want you to breathe towards your hands. You should feel your stomach go out and kind of push towards your hands when you breathe in. Go and release your breath. You should feel it go down. So if you want, you can turn to the side and even watch yourself in Zoom. Again, when I breathe in, you'll see my hand, I go out with my stomach. When I breathe out, it goes in. Okay, do it again. Go ahead and breathe in, feel your hand go out. And breathe out. So let's do this 2 more times. And I want you to just really focus on feeling the stomach go out when you breathe in, and then it just relaxes down when you breathe out. Like I said, the diaphragm is pulling down, but it's filling us up with air, and that's what we're feeling. So go ahead and put your hand here. Let's do it 3 more times. Ready? Breathe in. And breathe out. Make sure you're standing up nice and straight too. Breathe in, feel your stomach go out. And breathe out. 1 more time, breathe in. And breathe out. Very good. All right, now face your camera, and if you can see yourself, by the way, like if you switch it to like seeing you more than me, it's actually really helpful for you to watch your own body. So you're gonna put your hands on your rib cage. So you don't want to put them all the way down here on your hips, down here where you're gonna do this. You want it all the way up here on the rib cage. So you want to feel your bones. And did you have a question?
Like a virtual background?
I'm sorry, what?
Like a virtual background where it makes only your body being able to see?
Virtual background?
Yeah, it makes your body only able to see, nothing else.
Oh. Yeah, you can use that if you want. Was that a question?
I was just saying that what if you don't have a background and you want to only see us?
Oh, no, I was just saying, that's not what I was saying. In Zoom, you can either see me or you can see yourself in Zoom by like clicking on your picture. I was saying it's easier if you click on your picture. That way you can see yourself. That way you can see the movement of your body. That's all I was saying. Not just you. But anyway, go ahead and put your hands on your rib cage. Okay, so everybody's standing up nice and straight. Put your hands up here so it's not down here, a little higher. And then when you breathe in, you'll feel your rib cage go out. See how my rib cage opens up? So all of our breathing is happening in this area, not up here. So hands on the rib cage. Go ahead and breathe in with me. Feel your rib cage go out.
Ian, take off your mask.
So let's go ahead and do that 5 times in a row, okay? Everybody stand up straight, hands on the rib cage. Let's breathe in. I know this seems like it's not as helpful for singing, but it is. This strengthens our breathing, and our breathing is one of the most important foundations we need for singing, okay? So everyone on the rib cage, and breathe in. Feel it go out. Feel the rib cage open up. And then just release your breath, and it'll go down. There you go. Breathe in. Very good. Release.
Why are you saying
And
like
3, feel it go out again.
that?
Also, if you notice, I am breathing through my mouth, not my nose.
Yourself on mute.
If you open your mouth, that way you can breathe through your mouth. And 4. Breathe out. And last one, breathe in, feel your rib cage go out. And drop it. Very good. Now you can also feel it in your back. This one's a little harder to feel. I'm not going to go over it too much today, but if you breathe in, you should be able to see my back move. It's not as much though. So if you guys do put your hand on your back and you breathe in, you should feel a little bit of movement there as well. So let's just do like 3 of it. So go ahead and if you can, put your hand on your back. And then I want you to try to aim your air towards your hand and your back. So breathe in. And try to get your back to move. Breathe out. 2 more times. Breathe in. Try to feel it in your back, and you should also feel it in your stomach at the same time. Release. Last one. Breathe in again. And release. Very good. Was anybody able to feel it in their back? Raise your hand if you're able to feel it. Alexa, nice. Abigail, nice. Very good. Good job. So in general, we feel our air here. Like I said, you can't actually feel your diaphragm pulling down. It's right here. Opens your lungs. You can't feel it. It doesn't have nerves, but it opens up your body, and that's what you can feel. So if your body opens up, that's how you know your diaphragm pulled down. Okay. Right. Alexa, did you have a question? I noticed you unmuted yourself, or were you just unmuting it in general?
I didn't have a question.
Okay. Cool. All right. Let's warm up our voice. So let's start with a siren on lip trills. If you can't do lip trills, do tongue trills. So lip trills are, if it's hard for you to do lip trills, I recommend taking 2, I don't know what I almost called these. Take your hands and push them up like this. And it helps you to aim your sound more here, which will help your lip trills be much easier. You still can't do it after that. If you can do tongue trills, which I cannot, then you can do that, which is like rolling your R in Spanish. Something like that. Can anyone give an example of that? Does anyone know how to roll their R's? Alexa, roll your R's. Go ahead and give an example for me, since I cannot do it. Perfect. Yes, perfect. So if you cannot do lip trills, do that. Do your tongue trills. Like I said, I cannot. Some people can, some people can't. But if you can't do tongue trills and you can't do lip trills, like I said, take your hands, push up, and try to work on those lip trills. Now, weirdly enough, the lip trills is actually a breath exercise. So if they stop working while you are using them, that usually means your rib cage dropped down and you have no more air. So when you are doing lip trills, you want to feel this go expand. You want to feel your stomach, your rib cage go out. And then as you do it, see how my rib cage didn't drop? It didn't go. See, it's still out. It didn't do this. See that? I just dropped it. I lost all of my air. I can't possibly vibrate my lips anymore. So your goal is to breathe in, keep the rib cage out, and it might go down a little bit, which is fine. Obviously, you're losing breath, but you want it to go down very, very slowly, okay, and not really move if possible. Okay, let's try that. Ready? So you can either put your hands on your rib cage if you want to feel your breathing more, or if it's hard for you to do lip trills, go ahead and put your hands here. I'm going to do both. I'm going to do this just to show you guys an example and put my hand here and this one here. So ready? Breathe in. Sorry, my lips got kind of dry halfway through. Very good. Let's do it one more time. Again, I want you focusing both on making sure your breathing doesn't drop and that you're actually able to maintain the lip trills. One more time. Ready? Very nice. Good job. Abigail, can I have you give an example for the class of just doing just what we just did? Oh, make sure you unmute yourself. Very nice. Good job. Very good. Awesome. So you guys have heard Alexa do it with the tongue trills and Abigail do it with the lip trills. Nice job. Your goal is also to make it nice and smooth. So if you kind of find it skipping around in the siren where it maybe like drops or kind of goes fast, just try to slow it down and practice this. Just practice this every day. It's super easy. You don't need a piano or anything. Practice it just walking around your house. Okay. So if you're just walking around your house, just people might think you're crazy, but it's okay. You're becoming a better singer. You can be crazy if you're a good singer. There you go. All right. Let's do the siren again, only this time we're going to do it with the tongue out. This sounds even crazier. So the reason I really like this exercise isn't just because I'm crazy. That's just a little bit of the reason. It's because when we stick our tongue out, it helps our throat not tense up. So if you tend to have issues like when you go high, your throat maybe tenses up a little bit, this will help with it. Just keep your tongue out. It'll help relax the swallowing muscles. Also, when your tongue is out, you tend to sound really whiny. That will also help your body start realizing that it doesn't have to be airy. So this will kind of help us have not an airy sound as well. So just kind of allow it to be a little bit more forward while you do this, just letting it sound kind of whiny while you do this. And you should hear a really nice clear sound. So ready? Let's do it all together. Stick out your tongue. Make sure you're still breathing. Okay, so if you didn't sound crazy, that means you didn't do it right, okay? So I want you guys to sticking your tongue out at least past your lip. Okay, I usually just touch my lip with my tongue. You don't have to stick it out crazy far because that's just, it's not very helpful. So just at least touching your lip and then just let it, like I said, almost sound like a baby crying. You don't want to, we're not doing that. Okay, so one more time, make sure you breathe in. Nice job, you guys. Hopefully everybody in your house thinks you're crazy now. All right, and then let's do one more siren, just a normal siren on ooh. Your goal is to still be watching your breath the whole time, because if you're not watching your breath, it could drop, and again, you might sound airy. So I want you to keep track of where your rib cage is, and then try to get that same sound that you just did. Ooh. Okay, try not to do ooh, where it gets really airy at the top. Try to keep it nice and clean, almost like that same feeling when your tongue was out. If you had a nice clean sound when your tongue was out, try to get that same sound. Also, try to think of singing kind of like you're just talking. So instead of ooh, just do ooh, like how you would say ooh. Everyone just say ooh, ooh. That's how it should sound like when you sing ooh, and then you just keep sliding with it, okay? So ready? Everybody take your breath in, and then just slide up on ooh. Ooh. Okay, one more time. Actually, let me have someone else lead you guys. Who wants to lead the group? Zoe, go ahead. Unmute yourself. All right, very good. All right, everybody, so hold on. So everybody go ahead and do your siren along with Zoe on ooh. Ready? Everybody breathe in. Go ahead.
Ooh.
Very nice. Thank you, Zoe. Good job. How about give a random applause?
Thank you.
Very good. All right, good job. So one of the sounds that I really like using for helping the vocal cords stay closed, so like I said, sometimes when you're airy, if you're doing, it means your vocal cords aren't closing all the way. So these are your vocal cords, okay? They're like two flaps. When you sing, air goes through them. If you're not singing, if they're just open, that just means you're breathing. That just is, so if your vocal cords are open, you're just breathing out. If they come together, you make a sound. They vibrate against each other. And they're really, really small. But if too much air goes through them, they're a little bit too apart. There's too much space between them. You're going to sound really airy. So our goal is to keep them together, vibrating closely together. So that way we get that really nice sound. So an exercise that I found helps keep your vocal cords together so you get a really nice clean sound is the letter G. So everyone just go, ga, ga, ga. Kind of feel how that feels in your throat. Ga, 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 ga. You can feel the vocal cords are kind of like doing that, right? So by using a G sound, we're kind of forcing them to come together. The G sound is going to disengage the swallowing muscles, which also means it will release tension. And it's going to help us to get some good vocal closure, making sure our vocal cords stay nice and close to each other. So we are going to sing. We're going to do, let's do gug, 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 gug. So we're doing gug, G-U-G, gug. It's not a very pretty sound, I'm aware. So gug, 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 gug. So this is really going to help your vocal cords kind of get some strength underneath them, have good vocal closure, and kind of relax the throat. So hopefully it's going to build some strength. So make sure you breathe every single exercise. Make sure that you either feel your rib cage or your stomach going out, or both, preferably. You feel all this opening, and then you go to sing. Gug, 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 gug. Okay, so let's do a few of these together. All right, ready? Breathe in. We're saying gug. Gug, 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 gug. Gug, 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 gug. Gug, 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 gug. So now all of you should not be hearing an airy sound. If you have gug, 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 that probably means you're not hitting your G hard enough. So make sure you hit that clear G. Gug, gug. And you can't really have an airy sound if you hit that G. Okay, so let's go and keep going. Gug, 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 gug. Gug, 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 gug. Gug, 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 gug. One more. Gug, 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 gug. Nice. Okay. Did anybody do that and still kind of sound airy? Did anybody have an airy voice during that? No. Okay. Everyone looks good. Nice job. Very good. Yeah. So hitting that really hard G is going to make you have a really it actually builds some strength in your vocal cords as well. So I don't do this one too often, but it's going to help give it some strength, and it's also going to help it sound nice and clear. So now we're going to keep using that G for a minute. And we're going to do goo, 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 goo. So this is a bigger scale. Instead of da, 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 we're doing goo, 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 goo. Okay, so it doesn't matter if you're in head voice, chest voice, it doesn't matter where it is in your voice. Just make sure that it's wherever it's comfortable. Let it switch into head voice whenever it wants. But make sure you're hitting that G so you get a nice clear sound. So you want this goo, 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 goo. You don't want this goo, 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 where you're just hearing lots of air. Okay, we want a really nice, clean sound. So really try to hit that G and our ooh. Ready? Let's all sing together. Make sure you breathe. Goo, 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 goo. Goo, 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 goo. Make sure you breathe. Goo, 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 goo. Goo, 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 goo. Hit that G sound. Goo, 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 goo. That sounds nice and clean. Goo, 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 goo. Goo, 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 goo. Goo, 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 goo. So keep hitting this G. If you're getting airy, make sure you're hitting that G, especially at the top. And of course, make sure you're breathing and the rib cage isn't dropping. Okay? Goo, 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 goo. Goo, 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 goo. Goo, high for you, that's fine. Just drop out and wait for us to come back down. Goo, 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 goo. Goo, 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 goo. Keep hitting that G. Goo, 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 goo. And keep breathing. Goo, 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 goo. Goo, 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 goo. Back down. Goo, 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 goo. Goo, 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 goo. Still breathe. Goo, 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 goo. And keep hitting that G. Goo, 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 goo. 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 Goo, 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 goo. One more. Goo, 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 goo. Nice job, you guys. All right. So I want to hear from some people. How did that feel for them? Can I have Abigail? Go and unmute yourself for me, please. I saw you singing the whole time, so that's why I chose you. Okay, so how did that feel for you? Did your voice stay nice and strong, or did it get kind of airy? Was it easy for you? Tell me how it felt.
It was easy.
Nice. Did you get airy at the top, or did it stay nice and strong?
It's nice and strong.
Very good. Can I have you do an example for me? Right here. Goo, 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 goo.
Goo 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 goo.
Nice, yeah, exactly. It wasn't airy at all. Nice job. Thank you, Abigail, being so brave. Very good. Let me have Alexa. Go ahead and unmute your microphone for me, please. All right. So how did it feel for you? Same question. Did you find it getting airy at the top? Was it hard? Was it easy? Did it stay strong?
It was pretty easy.
Very good. Can I have you give me an example? Right here, same thing. Goo, 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 goo.
Okay. Goo 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 goo.
Nice. Very clean. No extra air. I didn't hear goo, 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 goo. So nice job. Can I actually hear you? Your voice is pretty high. Can I have you do it a little higher? Goo, 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 goo. It's right there.
Goo 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 goo. Well, that was kind of airy.
What was that?
That one was kind of airy.
I mean, it got a little softer, but I didn't hear too much air. Do it one more time.
Goo 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 goo.
There you go. Yeah, very nice. Good job. Nice and clear. You guys are doing awesome. Thank you, Alexa, for being brave again. Thank you for unmuting your microphone, singing for me. Nice job, you guys. So in general, like I said, that G sound is going to help your vocal cords stay together. Even more so, make sure you are always watching your breathing, okay? So when you breathe in, okay, should your rib cage go out or in? I'm going to give it anybody who has the answer. Anybody know this? When you breathe, does your rib cage go out or in? I'm going to give, this will be today's group point. So if you didn't know, whoever gets 10 points first, you're going to get a prize from Amazon. Okay, Alexa, only person I saw hand go up. Alexa, yes.
When you breathe in, the rib cage goes out.
Out, very good. Yeah, just think about it like you're pouring water into a jar or like something, you're pouring water into something, right? It's going to fill up and go out. We're just putting air into it. So very nice. Thank you, Alexa. So Alexa, you officially have 3 points. Good job, which I think is the same as Alessandra, who is not here today, but nice job.
Sorry, how many points do you need to get the prize?
10. So make sure you guys come every week and you try to answer that question that I give. There's always one question every single lesson I do that I give a point away, okay? All right. Good job. So yes, when you're breathing in, make sure you feel this go out. Your rib cage goes out and your stomach goes out like we did in the beginning. You want to make sure that stays out as you're singing. That way it doesn't just drop and give you an airy sound. And then using a G sound can also really help your sound be nice and clear. All right. Also, sometimes what I've heard from people is when they get really, really airy, they go into like this very like singy voice or what they think is a singy voice. So if I was like, I told them to sing, I I don't know, maybe just, oh, how I love to sing. Maybe I just want someone to do that. They would sing it very, like, what they think is singing. Oh, how I love to sing. And they do it very, like, I don't know, it becomes really light and airy. But honestly, just sing how you speak. So let me take something like 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1. You notice how that sounds like my voice? Like that doesn't sound like 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1. I'm just doing it normal. Unless maybe I'm doing opera, it might sound a little bit different, but it's still just my speaking voice. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1. This is my speaking voice. So I want you to be able to take your speaking voice over to your singing, because it's the same voice. It's not, you don't have two separate voices, and just elongate it a little bit. Okay, so I just want you to kind of twist that in your mind. Try to think of singing just like you're elongating your speech. And that's going to also help you have a stronger voice and a clearer voice. So it doesn't go into this like airy singing voice that like maybe your brain thinks sounds like singing. It's just your speaking voice. So let's actually all go try this together. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1. And again, I don't want 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1, where you're running out of breath and it's like very light and just talk. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1. Speak on the numbers. Okay? Ready? All together. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1. Very nice. Alexa, since your microphone is unmuted, can I hear you do that by yourself?
Dang it. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1.
Very good. That sounds just like you. It sounds like you're speaking voice. Good job. All right, let's do a little higher, everyone. Ready? Together. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1. And especially as you go higher, try to just keep it in your speaking voice. You might need to go into your head voice. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1. It's a little lighter, but still try to have it in your voice. Ready? Together. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1. 2 more. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1. Let's do like 2 of them in our chest voice. So this is like our lower voice, our lower speaking voice. Right here, ready? 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1. Still make sure you breathe down here, even though it's more comfortable. Still make sure you breathe. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1. All right, so hopefully by the time with all of our warm-ups and all that stuff, when you're singing that, it sounds very clear. Nobody's getting these very airy notes. And so as you sing this week, I want you to just pay attention to that. Are you singing airy? Like when you go up high, let's say you're singing, I don't know why the first song that came to mind was Let It Go. That was weird. Anyway, Let It Go. Let's say you're singing Let It Go. Let it go, let it go. Okay. You want to check in with your voice. Are you doing let it go, let it go? You want it to be very airy, so check in. Okay, breathing. And then think, am I singing like how I talk? Let it go, let it go. And if it's still airy, even with you like paying attention to those things, you can do it on a G sound. Goo, 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 goo. And again, that'll help strengthen the vocal cords and their abilities to stay together to give you a nice, clear sound. Okay, so does anybody have any questions about anything we did in class today? About not sounding airy, some problems they still have with sounding airy, and what you can do to help it. Does anyone have any questions? I don't see so. Okay, awesome. Good job, you guys. Does anybody have any questions in general? I always like to leave the end for just questions in general. Does anyone have any questions about any singing issues they've ever had? Ian, is your hand up? No? Okay. Does anyone have any singing questions about things that they struggle with, something they heard?
I was just seeing how the virtual background started working.
Oh.
Kind of.
But yeah, does anyone have any questions about anything to do with singing, something that they want to sound like, something that they don't want to sound like that they currently do, something that hurts when they do, or something that they struggle with? Because also sometimes when you guys ask me questions, helps me to make my next lesson next week. So I might even do a whole thing on it depending on the question you ask. So does anyone have any questions? Alexa, you have any questions? You're like queen of questions? No? All right, Ian.
How will we ever do the do re mi fa sol la ti do backwards?
How will you ever do it? You practice
Yes,
it.
because it's almost like impossible. Because it's like it's really hard.
So you just find little ways to memorize it, just like you would do anything else. So, right, we've done the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So now I usually break it up in my mind into like threes, like do, ti, la. Do, ti, la. And also, if you're doing the hands with it, it's the ones on your face. Do, ti, la.
Can I try?
Yeah, just let me explain the whole thing real quick and then you can try it. So again, break it into three. So you have do, ti, la. And I would do that over and over again until you feel good with that. Do, ti, la. Okay? And then after you do that, the next part, one second, Ian. After you do that, you say the word sofa, like a couch. When you go back down, it says sofa right in the middle. So do, ti, la. And then think of a sofa. Sofa. And then practice that a whole bunch of times. Do, ti, la. Sofa. So you have do, ti, la, and then you have a sofa. And then your just last three ones. Mi, re, do. Mi,
Can I try?
do. And so just practice each section over and over again, and you definitely will memorize it. Yes, go ahead and try it, Ian. So start with
Do, re, mi, fa. What was so?
So is this.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, fa. Wait.
Remember,
What's it called?
Yeah, it's sofa. Remember, there's a sofa.
So, wait, what was so? Oh yeah, so, fa, well,
Last three.
re, mi, do.
Close. Mi, re, do. But yes, that was better. So honestly, what it takes to do it is just practicing it over and over again. So anytime I practice anything, I always break it into like little mini sections. Like I said, do, ti, la. I would do that like a whole bunch of times, just that. Do, ti, la, do, ti, la. Then so fa, so fa, so fa. Do, ti, la, so fa. And then add the last mi, re, do, mi, re, do, mi, re, do. Do, ti, la, so fa, mi, re, do. So I would just do it how much times, and this goes with anything in life that you're trying to memorize, break it into little parts, repeat it over and over again, and then put it all back together, okay? All right, Ian, yeah, you had one more question?
I just wanted to try one more time, but like this time try like really hard. So to not go slow to get the point.
Okay, one more time. Since no one else had any questions.
Do, re, mi, fa, wait, fa, so, la, ti, do, ti, la, so ti, I think it was.
Remember, it's like a couch. Sofa.
Oh yeah, fa,
Mm-hmm.
re, wait, hold on.
It's okay.
Do, re, mi, fa, fa, so, la, ti, do, ti, la, so, ti, fa. Man, this is hard.
It's okay.
Re,
Mi, re, do. Mi, re, do.
mi, do.
Mm-hmm. So
Do,
I would just practice it. We have to go ahead and end it here, but yeah, so just practice it this week. If that's something you want to get better at, practice it on your own, repeat it in general. Did anyone else have any other questions about anything? Awesome. So yeah, so just apply what you guys learned today in all your songs. If you want to get better at solfege, just like Ian, practice it, do it up, do it down, practice it a whole bunch on repeat. That will help you a lot with pitch. I did a whole video on pitch as well. So anyway, thank you guys for coming today. I will see you next week. You all did awesome. Bye.